If you don't know what ugali is, you're just in time. Woo! Ugali. And it's so hot. Look at that. So hot. It's waiting for the fish. Let me give you a close up. Look at this. I made it. I made it. I made it.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us high.
So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Priscilla and this is Priscilla. If you're here for the first time, thank you for stopping by my channel. Kindly consider subscribing to my channel. If you're here for the second, third, 100th time, thank you for always watching my videos. I really do appreciate your support. Thank you for always being here. I really appreciate. So guys, first of all, I want to apologize for letting you guys down. It's been a very long time since I posted a video. My last video should be like 2 weeks ago, and it was not my fault. So many things are going on, and you know, I just need to, like, all of them are my business, so I have to take care of all of them. But I'm slowly coming back. Okay, yeah. So guys, today I just wanted us to talk about my worst dental formula, and we'll be discussing that as I cook. First of all guys, I'm gonna cook this fish. It's the first time I bought fresh fish and I have no idea what to do with it. I always buy fish that is already deep fried. This is tilapia. I always buy fish that was already deep fried, and I have no idea how to cook this, but we'll figure it out. So let's go straight into the business of the day. I just started by taking out the biggest pot because I think I'm gonna start by deep frying it. So took out the biggest pot so I can use it. Yeah, this one should be enough, right? Yes, this one is enough. So I'll rinse it. So guys, I don't know, yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's clear. So I'm gonna let it dry, then we're gonna add in our oil. So meanwhile, let me get this fish and wash it. I don't know if I should cut it into 2 pieces to make my life easier, but I like seeing the fish as a whole. I don't know if it's being childish or I don't know. Anyway, that's what I like. So yeah, let's wash this fish and get it ready. And dry it. Oh my god, you guys. Here she is, or he. How do you know the gender of a fish? How do you know its gender? Oh, here she is, or he is. Whichever. First time handling a fresh fish, I have no idea what to do with it, but we'll figure it out. So this is dry. Let me add in our oil. Hope that will be enough oil. Well, you can see inside this. Yeah, I hope that will be enough oil, guys. So let me wash this fish first. Oh, the things that you've never done in your life. Let me wash it. So yeah, it's now clean, guys. Before I bought it, I asked them, have you already cleaned the inside, because I can't remove the intestines and all those things. No, I can't deal with that. So I just had to make sure that it's already, you know, it's already torn and all the insides are out. Because honestly, guys, to be honest, I cannot deal with it. I have no idea what to do with it if it was in that state. So yeah. So I just wait for the oil to be hot, then we'll move on, guys. Meanwhile, I want us to prepare the ingredients, the other ingredients. So as I'm doing that, guys, I'll be telling you my worst dental mistake. Part of it was my fault, part of it wasn't my fault. But you know, when life happens, you just have to deal with it the way it is. You have no choice, right? Yeah. So first of all, guys, growing up, I never had any dental issues. I was very much fine. And I remember when we were young, we never even used to brush our teeth when we were young. There's just a time that we used to see my mom brush our teeth. We were in lower primary school, I think, and we really wanted to brush our teeth. So we piled pressure on my mom to buy us toothbrushes. And that first time that she actually bought us toothbrushes, we did a mess and it ended up badly. You see, if you grew up in the village, there are no things where you brush your teeth, you know, brush your teeth, spit and wash your mouth. There are no such things. That means when you want to brush your teeth, you get water in a cup, you go outside, you brush your teeth, you spit outside on the grass, you gargle water in your mouth, you know, you clean your mouth and all that, and you clean the brush, and you go back to the house. So I grew up in a village, so that's definitely the kind of life that we were used to, okay? So my sisters and I didn't know that we were supposed to spit where there is grass. Like the toothpaste, you're supposed to spit it where there is grass, otherwise it will just be a hole, you know, looking like painting. So my sisters and I, first time, very excited, we owned toothbrushes for the first time. We were very excited. And we took the brushes, we took our cups and water, and we went right outside the door. Brush, 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 spit it right outside the door. Brush, 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 spit it right outside the door. And my mom came out. She was furious, guys. Oh, I'll never forget that experience. That's how we learned that we're supposed to spit on the grass so that we don't keep painting the whole compound. I'm looking for something and I'm not finding this one was there. She was so furious, but it wasn't our fault. We didn't know. Anyway, that was my first time brushing teeth. The second encounter, bad encounter with brushing teeth. Like I just knew I'm supposed to brush my teeth, you know. Brush, brush, brush the teeth. So, when I went to primary school, boarding school, I heard that I'm supposed to brush my tongue. I didn't know about that. So the first time trying to brush my tongue, I felt nauseated and I wanted to throw up. You know, when you disturb the back part of your tongue, and I wanted to throw up, and it was at night, and it became a big commotion and people were making noise over that. Let me tell you guys, the next day, you see how in primary school teachers just beat you for no reason. They always just find reasons to beat you. It happened. The next day, our boarding mistress will come like, there was a commotion last night, what was happening, who was outside and all that. And yeah, we got some strokes of cane as usual. So guys, this is just me trying to demonstrate to you the kind of process I went through in knowing how to take care of my mouth, you know, my dental care and all that. The last process, of course, of brushing teeth is brushing your lips, which I learned about in high school. To just remove the dead skin and all that. Anyway, that was just it. So the first time I actually encountered, I used to take care of my teeth. I have good dental care or whatever. Mouth care. What am I supposed to call it? Mouth care, dental care, I don't know. Anyway, I think I have good hygiene, dental hygiene. The first time I had a problem with my teeth was after high school. After high school, I went to work in a certain dairy. We were selling milk. It was also a mini supermarket, so there was everything else being sold there. And I think I kind of ate a lot of sweets, you know, candy and all that. And yeah, I ended up with a cavity. So I had never removed any of my teeth. So I ended up with a cavity. It was so painful I couldn't sleep. The next day I just told my colleague, you know what? Take me to the dentist. I want to get this tooth out of my mouth. Like, I just knew the only solution that I had was to remove the teeth. I never thought of any other things that I could probably do to help myself. And you can't blame me. I wasn't exposed to those things. Okay, I hope our fish is cooking well. Yeah, so I wasn't exposed to like those kind of things because I hadn't seen people go through it in our family. The only times that someone had a tooth problem, they went to the dentist and it was removed. So I kind of just knew that was the solution to that. So I removed that tooth. I think it was my last tooth on this side of my mouth. No, on this side of my mouth, right? It was my last tooth on my right side of my mouth, like the last molar. And I just removed it, and it wasn't a big deal to me. Like, it's gone now, I'm no longer in pain. That was a solution for me at that point. Anyway, right now I think otherwise, but at that point, that's all I thought. So, flash forward to 4 years later after I finished campus, and if you ever watch this video, just know that I'm blaming you for this. Anyway, so the last day after I finished my exams, I went out to just spend some time with someone special. Special. Anyway, the point is, I went out, just be with someone, you know, say our goodbyes before we go before we part, you know, how that goes. So we were so excited, you know, to meet each other, we were saying goodbye and all that. So there's someone insisted that we take nyama choma, like grilled meat. If you're Kenyan, you know what nyama choma is, grilled meat. So I was kind of, you know, skeptical about it because I knew I had an issue with my tooth. Okay, by this time I already know that I have a tooth that has a cavity in my mouth. There were actually two, one on each side. So I'm like, I don't think I'll be able to eat meat. But the so-called person insisted that I should eat the meat. And let me tell you, Maina, I did not sleep. I did not sleep. My tooth was on fire. Fire. My tooth was on fire. It was hell. It was a very long night. So the next day, I was supposed to pick my sister, my small sister from school. Then we go home together that night. We travel home together that night. So I woke up, you know, went to pick my sister. Then we were to travel home that night. So of course we booked for a shuttle to travel home during the night, so I get home in the morning. So I told my sister, you know, my tooth is really aching. So I bought some Panadols. You know, painkillers. So I'll try and, you know, I'll try and calm it down. Hey, calm it down so I can travel peacefully. But obviously it wasn't going to listen to me because I had subjected it to a lot of trouble. So I had a long night traveling. My tooth was aching so badly. And yeah, we got home and I literally just became sick. Sick of toothache, of course. So for the next 2-3 days, you know, I was just in pain and all that and all that and all that. Of course, I had no money. I've just finished campus. I'm not working. I'm doing nothing. So I have no way of supporting myself. I have to wait for my mom to get a few pennies for me to be able to deal with my tooth. And of course, the cheapest way was just to remove it again. So after a few days, you know, I can't take it anymore. So I go to a dentist and I get my second tooth removed. So the second tooth, I remove it from this side. And I also had a cavity on this side, remember? At the moment I removed one tooth on this side, I was like, okay, now I can eat. You guys did tell me that fried fish is this hard. This making noise. Anyway, starting to have that aroma, tilapia aroma, and that's what I was looking for. Anyway guys, so I go to a dentist and I get the second tooth removed. And now, I am less 2 teeth. Out of 32, I'm now at 30. But at least now I can eat. So when I got that one tooth removed, I say now I've removed 2 teeth from my mouth. There's no way I'm going to remove another tooth from my mouth. So this cavity, I told myself I'm gonna stay with it until I'm in a position where I can refill it instead of removing it. So I stayed with it. That was 4 years ago. Yeah, I stayed with it in my mouth. I used to eat using one side. I've literally eaten using one side for 3 years. For 4 years. Now no one told me that if I overstay with a cavity, it will go past the refilling stage and now it will be a root canal case. Okay, no one told me that. That's my biggest mistake. So all this time I have been just, you know, going about my life knowing that one day when I'm able, because again it's not covered by insurance, that means I have to take money from my pocket to be able to refill my tooth, or whichever dental procedure I have to go through, it will not be covered by insurance, by medical insurance. So all this time I'm just going about my activity knowing that one day I'm gonna, you know, deal with this tooth. I'm gonna refill it. That's what was in my mind, you know. That's what I know I'm gonna do. So flash forward to April 2024. Flash forward to April 2024, which is this year, which is this month. Okay, probably, yeah, you see this video this month. One day I tell myself, now it's time. Let me go and get my tooth refilled, because again I cannot continue staying like this. So I look for dental hospitals, okay? Dental clinics online. I find one, I contact them, I ask them how much are you charging, they tell me their charges for the filling. They ask me to book an appointment. This is really making noise. Can you even hear me? There's a lot of noise. Anyway, they asked me to book for an appointment, and I booked for an appointment for the next Saturday. So I walk into that clinic, of course. I am expecting that I'll just go in, the doctor will see me, and then they'll refill my tooth and I'll go out. They told me it's not gonna even take an hour. So I go there, the doctor looks at my teeth, examines my teeth, and tells me to get an x-ray, like a scan for my teeth. I'm like, okay, fine. So I get the x-ray done, and the doctor looks at me and says, this is really deep, we'll have to do a root canal procedure. At this point, I don't even know what's a root canal procedure and all that. I knew I'm just going to refill my tooth, you know. So I don't know what a root canal procedure is. So the doctor is trying to explain to me, we are kind of killing the teeth or something, filling up the roots before we fill up the crown, so that you are never in pain again. I'm like, okay, fine, how much is it going to cost me? This guy is telling me 4 times what I was prepared to spend. 4 times what I was prepared to spend on my tooth. I had no energy. I had no energy, guys. I was just done. I was like, you know what? I think I should just continue staying with my cabbage. So this guy tells me there are only two options. It's either you do a root canal procedure or you remove this tooth. Now guys, remember from my story, I've already removed two teeth from my mouth. I'm not planning to remove the third one. So I'm like, okay, fine. I think I am cornered. Like, I just have to do this root canal thing. Yeah. That's how I ended up in a dental surgery. They call it that. And within no time, they set their things up, and it's a whole open your mouth wider, you know, suction. You know how a dental procedure goes like it's like your mouth is the surgery, whatever area. Just open your mouth, open it wider, suction, chew, open, you know, for a whole hour. It's open your mouth, suction, open your mouth wider. Considering I was not prepared for this whole thing, I was tired. Then they tell me it's gonna take 2 appointments, so I was supposed to come back the next Saturday as well. Guys, let me tell you, when I was going to pay that money at the cashier, I felt so bad. They literally took away my savings, just like that. I felt so bad. I felt harassed. That was my mistake actually. But I still felt harassed. I felt really bad, honestly. I hope this guy thing is ready. How do I know that it's ready? Look at this, guys. Can you see it? Look at this. Looks so good. I made it. Let me tap this off. It's been making a lot of noise anyway. Let me show you. Let me give you a closer look. Look at this. I made it. So I think I managed to do the deep frying well. Let me turn it to the other side. Oh. Whoa! What do you think, guys? I did a good job, right? I think I did a good job when it comes to deep frying. So we'll go to the next step. Anyway, guys, that's my story. That's my story. No, I don't know what I'm gonna use to cook it. I don't know if this will be too low. What should I use to cook it now? What should I use to cook it? Because this was actually the largest pot that I used. So which means if there's any other, it should be smaller than this. Yeah? So, I need to figure out what to do. Or I can cut it into 2 pieces. Good idea. Cut it into 2 pieces and use a smaller pot. Right? Yes? No? Okay. Let's just get the oil out of this big pot because tutaki kubahatisha. Let me just use the same pot because I'm sure it will fit in. If I use a smaller pot, I'm not sure it will fit in, so this is the safest way. Safest way to do it. You have to make sure it's as little oil as possible because I'm sure there'll be oil left to the fish. Okay. here we are, guys. Let's continue with our cooking spree. Let's do my onions. I like to use a lot of onions. I don't know if I'm weird, guys. Tell me in the comments if I'm weird for using a lot of onions. Anyway, guys, so yeah, I went through the procedure. I really had no choice. I feel like I had no choice. It was already too late. So the first day it took almost an hour and a half. The procedure, the first appointment took almost an hour and a half. Then the second procedure, the next Saturday, took about an hour. But guys, I'm happy to report that I love the results. Because my tooth is back to normal. You wouldn't even know that it has been refilled. You wouldn't even know that it went through any procedure. This dentist made sure that the material that was put in my tooth, it resembles my other tooth. So you wouldn't even know what happened to my tooth actually if you saw it. But that's my story, guys. Moral of the story. Moral of the story, because this one needs to have a moral for sure. A moral of the story. This one needs to have a moral of the story for real. Sometimes we ignore things. Okay, I didn't really ignore because I was not in a position to take care of it at that time, but anyway. Sometimes we really ignore stuff. We think that they don't matter, they're not that serious. We'll take care of them when we want to, but there are things that should not be ignored in life. Because once you ignore them, it costs you more to try and resolve the situation. If I had known, I would have sacrificed earlier and just refilled my tooth 4 years ago, you know. The first time I got my job, I should have sacrificed and refilled my tooth. But I didn't think it's a big deal and I wasn't informed, so it's my fault. So I just think that sometimes we ignore health issues, we take them lightly, but they're really not supposed to be taken lightly because this is a serious matter, and that's how I ended up. So I'm never going to make that mistake again. Anyway, about me having a cavity, if someone will look at this video and think maybe I have poor dental hygiene or something. No, guys. Sometimes I just look at it like bad luck, or maybe eating too much sugary food. I don't know. I just look at it and I don't see why out of the billions of people in the world, I was the one that was chosen to have tooth problems. You know, I take care of my teeth. I brush my teeth every day. I even took it further. I brush them twice a day. But still, you know, sometimes I just feel like it's bad luck, or I don't know how to explain it. So I think you shouldn't judge someone based on such like issues, because sometimes it's just not our choice, you know. Because I see people on the street, there are people who live in the street, they never brush their teeth. I deal with people every day at my workplace, customers. They come in, they open their mouth to speak, their mouth is smelling. But these people never have tooth issues. So guys, it's not about the hygiene, it's not about, you know, it's about, I don't know if it's bad luck, I don't know how to call it, but I just feel like it's really unfortunate. Out of the billions of people in the world, I was chosen to suffer. It's really, really unfortunate if you ask me, for sure. Onions are cooked. So onions are cooked. I just add in our tomatoes. Let me cover it so that they can. Oh, this is the cover. So they can soften up. Anyway, guys, that's my story. That's what happened to me. It's really unfortunate. So let me finish my cooking so I can finally have my dinner. Yeah. That's my story. If you have such, you know, dental stories, eye stories, you know, people have stories. And it's really unfortunate that these specialist medical services are very expensive. They're not covered by insurance, and yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. So I'm gonna have my fish with ugali. So I'm gonna go ahead and cook my ugali. So yeah, guys, that's my story. Tell me yours if you have any. So quickly I'll cook it. I'm gonna use paprika. Royco, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. That's my stove. So guys, I wanna do some coconut, whatever, you know, coconut fish. So I'm gonna add in a bit of all this water. So I'll let it boil for a minute. And here we go. Here's our coconut milk. I'm the kind of person who actually really gets it out of here. If you're this kind of person, tell me in the comment section. So guys, I'm gonna let this boil while I cook my ugali. So here we are, guys. It's cooked. It's well cooked. So here's our fish. The journey continues. Yeah. So it's gonna boil in there for a while. And I'm going to show you the finished product. How I like it. It's beautiful. Wow. The aroma. So guys, if you don't know what ugali is, then this is it. If you don't know what ugali is, you're just in time. Woo! Ugali! And it's so hot. Look at that. It's so hot. It's waiting for the fish. Yeah. So guys, I'll just let it cook for a while, then I'll show you the final product, okay? Yes. So here we go, guys. I wouldn't be able to eat the whole of it at once, so I cut it into two. But do you see that? Do you see that, guys? Do you see that? Very beautiful, tasty. Wanna bite, you know? Yeah, so that's it, guys. Ready to eat. Bon appetito. But I'm eating alone. Anyway, that was it. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.